Ladies and gentlemen, welcome here to Gantut Racing and Polo Club for our first match in His Highness, the President of the UAE Polo Cup. Today is day one in the Year of Tolerance 2019 here in the UAE. We'd like to thank our governing partners, the Abu Dhabi Sports Council and Associate Emirate Polo Association, of course, presented by Premier Motors, official car Maserati, the official hotel, of course, being the Golden Tulip, Al Jazeera, the official sponsor being the Beverly Hills Polo Club. So ladies and gentlemen, our first match here this afternoon is between Zedan and Abu Dhabi, one of our resident teams here at Gantut. In the purple shirts, as always, is Abu Dhabi. In the white for Zedan. Playing at number one for Zedan is His Royal Highness Prince Sultan from Saudi Arabia. At number two, with the number two shirt on, they'll probably be playing at the back, is the one and only Martin Gato Gandara. At number three, Santiago Laborde. On the back door, Raouli Lapracette, he who wears the cap without the peak. And for Abu Dhabi, we have Faris Al Yabouni. At number two, Guy Gebrat. At number three, it is Alfredo Capella, but he's got the number four shirt on here this afternoon. But at the back door normally, but with the number three shirt on, is Santi Gomez Ramiro. So the umpires are out on the field, just working things out here now to get this first match of the President's Cup underway. So lining up on the far side, just working out who's going to be playing on which side, going in which direction to first. A little bit of rain coming down here this afternoon at Gantut, mashallah. So the ball's bowled into play and we're off here in the President's Cup. Coming out of the line, the ball here now is Alfredo Capella. Capella on the play, looking over his shoulder. Rowley trying to get to him, but just been kept off the play here now. Pulls back inside, does. Capella comes inside the players here as Rowley's just kept off that play by Laworthy. Sends a driving shot up here, sorry, by Gatto, sending that one up here now for Gomez. Gomez Ramiro, Santi on the play, just checks up, makes driving shot, can't get that one through the horse. Quickly trying to come back around to this one here is going to be Raouli Lapracette. Rowley turns on the play here now. Rowley taps his ball up forward here, goes up on the play himself. Labordi coming in behind, now getting up in front, giving you an opportunity to pass the ball, realising he has got Capella to try and get up round, unleashes it, lets that ball run out up the front here now. It looks like it's going a little bit wide of the goals. Can he keep it in play? A nice little cut near side shot there by Labordi. Labordi shot, unfortunately, couldn't quite find the goals on this occasion, and just wide it is. So the ball will be placed down on the back line for Abu Dhabi to bring back into play. So players called, and it's going to be Santiago Gomez Ramiro, bring the ball in, cuts someone out to the far side of the field, out there for Capella. Capella comes up on the play here now, just avoids the hook there from Gandara. Does Capella. Capella keeps his ball going forward, gets hooked this time, but couldn't get control of it. It's going to be Guy Gebrat to pick up the play here now. Guy on the play, settles down on it here this time, looks to come inside. Laborde comes forward up here once again. Does Guy, goes with the big neck shot, sends that one up into the throws there, trying to get this one up there for Santi. Santi takes one time play, but gets blocked off out of that play there, but manages to recover the play once again and tap quickly onto the play here now. It is going to get a real big ride off there by Gandara, but it's through the post. It is first blood on the board there for Abu Dhabi. One goal it is to Abu Dhabi, in the form of Santiago Gomez Ramiro. So the two teams will come back towards the middle of the field here now. For umpire right to bowl this ball in once again. Changing ends, of course. And we'll have Abu Dhabi heading towards Abu Dhabi, literally, and Zedan towards Dubai. Ball bowled into play it is, comes off the frontal line out here now. Backhand comes in by Capella. Capella sends it out wide, out towards the boards. Quickly trying to get onto this one here is Santi, taken out of the play there by Laborde. Picked up now by Rowley. Rowley checks up, sends the next shot, puts this one up here now, puts that one up to the front door. Couldn't quite pick that one up cleanly, does so this time. Comes up onto the play once again, sends this ball up forward, looks over his shoulder to see where the play is. Kitch taps it once, taps it twice, in comes Capella, but he can't do anything about that one. It looks like it's just gone through the post, it is. So levelling the scores up here now. One goal apiece here in Chukka number one, with 4 3/4 minutes left to play. So Laborde levelling the scores up. Two teams back to the middle of the field once more. Abu Dhabi towards Dubai. Sends the ball into play. Into play it is. At the front of the line out. A little bit of a melee. Not quite so clean as you'd like, but it's going to be Capella. Capella comes away with it here now. The boy's going up on the run, realising Capella's got the big drive. Sends it up here now. Feeds that one up forward. Up there for Yabuni. Yabuni looking to try to get onto this play. Yabuni coming up onto the ball here now. Yabuni comes in. Yabuni, a little bit of miscommunication between him and Giga Brat. And the ball just goes wide. So a quick change of ponies as they hop from one to the other and the ball's placed down. Now for Zedan to bring back into play. No wasting time here now as Gatto Gandara brings the ball in. Gatto up on the move. Gatto just gets ridden off out of that one there, leaving it for Rowley. Rowley quickly back onto the field and picks up the play here now. Opportunistically, it is going to be a little bit of a backhand there by Santi. Couldn't take that one clean. He came across it looking for something there. Was Rowley, but the umpires decided there was enough play and enough space to be able to get away with that play, even though he came across the front of him. As the rules dictate now, it is going to be Gatto Gandara. Brings the ball up forward. Coming back to him is Gibrat, but it's going to be Gatto to keep control of the play here as Laborde leaves him and goes up forward up onto the play. Looking to mark him now is Capella. Capella tries to get hold of this one here. Does. Gatto sends a good ball up the front there, up to about the 30-yard line, trying to get that one up there for His Highness Prince Sultan, but the backhand comes in by Santi to clear it away for Abu Dhabi. Sends that one quickly up there for Capella. Capella controls the play, drives this one up, gets underneath that ball a long way, tries to pick it up here on the near side. Comes Guy, but he gets hooked off out of it and the ball stolen there by Rowley. The backhand comes in, ricochets off the pony, a little bit scrappy at the moment, but it'll open up shortly, I'm sure, as the backhand comes in there by Santiago. Santi for Abu Dhabi. Couldn't quite get onto that one there, can Yabuni, but Yabuni putting the pressure on here now. On to Gandara, enough pressure just to leave that one behind. Sultan couldn't quite control the pony on that one, then comes up back forward onto it now. Is going to be Rowley, takes it back, gets the angle, sends the backhand out there, try to get that one up for Laborde, but it's going to be Capella. Capella gets hooked off out of it, but he's safe because he knows he has Santiago there with him. Gets it stolen off him there on this one here. Does Laborde. Laborde picks up the play here now from Santiago, but the ball ricochets off the ponies. He tries to feed that one up there for Gatto Gandara, who's up on the run, but it's going to be Capella. Capella on the play. Capella taps it up forward here now, checks up to see where the place is. Ball bobbling and bouncing a little bit here on this field, the Sheikh Said field, and he goes with the driving shot in towards the goal it goes, but it's a little bit wide, leaves a very cute angle there for Yabuni, who couldn't quite connect with that one on that occasion there. Coming onto it now is going to be Rowley, looking for something optimistically was Capella, but no chance of getting that one anymore today, and it is going to be Rowley to turn the play, send it up the field once again. In comes the near side backhand there of Yabuni, changes the angle, changes the line, leaves it now for Gigi Brat. Gigi Brat comes up in behind of Rowley, gets his pocket picked a little bit there by Santiago, but he managed to keep control of it, goes with the next shot, tries to just drive this one through the pony, but it's not going to happen. He's ridden off out of the play in the near side play there by Rowley, picks the play up on the stick side once again, turns the play once more, does Rowley Lapracette. Rowley settles down in there behind Capella, just slightly blocking his shots, losing his angles on where he could give opportunities, drives it up here now for Gandara. Gandara goes with the one-time play underneath the neck, nice open running polo here now, looks to pick that one up, couldn't quite pick it up, and it looks like we get a whistle on the play. 1:14 on the clock, one goal apiece it is. It's been 3.5 minutes since we've had a goal scored. Players once more quickly changing. The ball will be placed down here and it looks like it's going to be a penalty in favour of Abu Dhabi. Umpires must have deemed that Santiago couldn't quite come onto that line. Well, not enough room, maybe not enough, too steep an angle trying to come onto the line of the ball when Abu Dhabi players were in close contention, vying for the right to the play. But it's going to be Capella. Capella comes in, cuts this one wide out towards the side into lots of space here now. Laborde comes back, cuts the corner down on him here now. It is going to be Capella calling for his players to come back, calling for Gigi Brat to come back and give him support, because you know he's got to try and get past Laborde, trying to pick up that ball, was Gandara, couldn't quite pick that one up clearly there, but it is going to be Capella, sends that one out in towards the middle of the field. He's got an open cut backhand to try and play the shot, goes with the open cut hand forward, puts that one in towards the goal, but it just goes wide, and wide it is. Very optimistic shot there by Alfie Capella, nice cut shot, very acute angle, but unfortunately it just slipped wide of the post. And out wide it goes. So the ball's to be brought back into play once again by Gatto Gandara. Comes this time. There goes the first two to, ladies and gentlemen. The ball comes across here now for Rowley. Rowley flicking up onto this ball here quickly. Pushes it away as you have Gomez being kept off out of the play by Gigi Brat. It is Rowley Lapracette. Rowley Lapracette Sends it up here this time now for Laborde just lagging a little bit in pace on there. Pony getting a bit tired towards the end of that chucker as the backhand comes in by Capella, the monster, sending it back in towards the middle of the field. Underneath the neck there goes Gatto. Gandara sends it up towards the middle of the field here now, trying to get Rowley up onto this play. And there goes the second hooter, ladies and gentlemen. So that there will end chucker number 1 with the score being 1 goal apiece here at Gantut Racing and Polo Club in the first match of His Highness the President of the UAE Polo Cup 2019. Ball placed down by the umpires. It starts to rain a little bit more persistently here now as the players leave the field to quickly go and change ponies. 1. You see Ray Laprocette on the little grey, the one and only little Paloma. Well, I certainly think it's Paloma, but we'll just certainly check when I get to see her moving. A couple of the great stalwarts for Pablo McDonough still here with the Zedan team. Paloma being one, Homeless of course, the Irish thoroughbred. Also another great stalwart here for the Zedan team. Now that Pablo has opted to take a position in Florida this season for the super high goal over there, the 26 goal polo that they're playing in the Renegade League. So the two teams lining up here now. Umpire right, looking to bowl this one in. No, he should play the ball in from the inside out rather. I do apologise. Ball comes into play off the back of the line. Out it comes Capella. Capella comes away with the play here now. Alfie looking over his shoulder to see what his options are. Opts go forward himself on this one, keeping control of it. As Rowley comes back in contention, yields off it, leaves it now for Gandara to come in and put the pressure on him. Does so. A little bit of a slip there from Laborde, then couldn't quite get onto that play. Looking for a little bit of something out of there was Capella, but there's plenty of room and space. As the rules of polo states, if it's not dangerous, there's no foul, and it's not a question of it's my line. It's a question of you can come in onto the play if you wish, if you can do, and it's not dangerous, which have always been the rules of polo. Actually, they're set up for the rules of for the safety of horse and player. But back to the polo game itself, it is going to be Guy tries to bring this ball forward. Hassle there by Laborde and also by Rowley. The near side backhand comes in by Rowley, set out Gatto, but it's going to be Capella. Covers the ground well, comes back onto it. The backhand ricochets off. Gatto just unsighted slightly to see where the play is. Just checking his horse to see if it's okay, because we know that Capella, when he connects with the ball, can certainly hit it with some force. But it looks like he's all right, and Capella back onto it once more. Drives his ball up forward to try and get this one up here now for Yabuni. Yabuni can pick that ball up on the near side here in front of Rowley. Rowley couldn't get in. Lovely little play by Rowley. Laprocette takes the hook and a tidy little tail backhand there, trying to set up his player and get the ball moving once again, but it is going to be Guy who sends it back in there for Abu Dhabi. Guy comes up onto it now, and it is definitely Paloma here for Rowley. Watch this little mare come round the corner here now, just those little ears back, and she just scurries onto this one here now, just checks up, comes up onto the play here now, drops and flattens there, does little Paloma for Rowley. It's his perfect type of horse. He likes these small ponies, goes with his shoulder, drives his ball up, but unfortunately just pulls this one a little bit towards the left. Couldn't get the angle he was looking for. I think that one came off the cane a little bit, and therefore it went straight rather than getting the cut shot he was looking for, and out over the back line it goes. So the ball's placed down on the back line there now, and it looks like that Capella is trying to give a little bit of an opinion to umpire right. Thought he saw something that the umpires didn't, but there you go. But not to worry, you get that all the time when playing. So it is going to be the ball brought back into play by Gomez, quickly up there to Capella. Capella just settles down the play with Rowley, looking to put the pressure on him, just gets the steal, steals his pocket, yields off it, leaves it. Playing the advantage, the umpires here. Nice to see the game being kept open and wide by the umpires here. We come up onto the play here now, and the ball on the boards. Picking it off here now is Gatto. Gatto on the near side, back onto the stick side there with Guy Brat trying to put the pressure on him. In contention with him there, just comes round, pulls the ball round here. Does Gatto. Gatto flicks his ball up forward, avoids the hooking play, comes up underneath the arm there, but it looks like he gets his half stolen off him there by Rowley, spoiling the play. A little bit messy, comes in with the barging shot there. Does Guy, bit of a slash, bit of a bump. Let's see what the umpires decide. Going back a little bit on the play there just before, you saw that Rowley stole the ball there from Alfie. Probably a little bit of an optimistic play. The umpire just turned around and said yield off it and leave it. I believe I heard him say Rowley did so. If he had made the next play on the ball, he knew he was wrong. He would have been penalised for it and the ball would have been moved up. But to keep the game rolling along and keep the game moving, he left it, yielded off the play. and let Alfie have the next play on the ball. So the ball's placed down here now for a penalty for Zedan. Sent forward there by Gatto Gandara. Nice striking shot there by Gatto. Puts it up the front door, but it looks like it's going to be Yabuni. Gets a bit of a backhand on that one for forward. The backhand comes in there by Gomez. Gomez sends it out towards the side, and it's just about enough there for Alfredo. Alfie sends it across backwards across his own face of goal once more for Guy Gebrat to come out on the play. Guy being hassled and getting the play spoiled underneath both the ponies, it looks like, as they're working hard. It is Guy and Laborde, but it's Guy come away with the play here now. Puts this on. No, it is going to be Garagandara, and he plays a shot, but unfortunately it just goes wide. Opportunity gone a begging there for Zedan, looking to capitalise on the opportunity of being down this end of the field, and the ball just not quite reaching Guy Gebrat to set him loose. But this time it's going to be Santiago Gomez Ramiro comes with the play, and we get a whistle on the play, and I'm not sure that play had been called by the umpire, so therefore they're not able to make the play. Just have to wait until play is called by the umpires. So taking this opportunity here is going to be Santiago Gomez Ramiro to change ponies whilst Gatto was off changing, as does Guy Gebrat. It is crucial and very important indeed that when they're doing these changes, they don't all go and change at the same time. There needs to be a bit of a communication, but when the pressure is on, sometimes you find you've got too many players leaving to try and change at the same time, and it just leaves the poor patron sitting there on his own to try and defend the might of 4 other players. So whilst they have the opportunity here, they're just quickly changing ponies. Maybe there's a little bit of a difference on the score, and the umpires has gone up to the timekeeper to have a bit of a discussion over there, and we'll shortly find out what the resolution of the issue is. So it looks like they're having to set the clock back. The clock didn't apparently stop when a whistle blew. It's a little bit windy out here this afternoon, so it is a little bit difficult for the guys sometimes to hear the whistle, as it is also for the officials to hear the hooter sometimes, if you have a very windy day. So we're on 4:44 now, and players called and bring the ball back into play. Santiago for Abu Dhabi drives this one up here now, trying to get that one up for Capella. Capella comes in. Capella just peripheral view, good there. Santi Laborde tries to come in and hook him, just flicks the ball away from him, turns the play, sends it back up in towards the middle of the field here, and trying to get this one up for Guy Gebrat now. Guy comes up onto the play. Guy settles down in there behind Gatto. Gatto tries to come back and make the hooking play, tries to steal it, doesn't manage to do so. Just having to scurry off out of the way there is Laborde. Must be the next play here to Abu Dhabi. Leaves it to Guy, sends it forward there, does Capella. Capella flicks this ball up forward here now. Driving shot, just drops down, comes off the back of the pony here fortuitously, and we have a pony, looks like it's just stumbled going down a little bit there, but it looks like we're okay. Players back on his feet again. Santiago Laborde. So it looks like Laborde is okay. He's back on his feet. He's just checking his pony. Of tantamount importance, of course, is the welfare of these horses. We call them ponies, as traditionally they were ponies. They were only 12'2" in size. And it wasn't until 1915, I believe it was, when they became able to be about 15 hands, and then after that we have an open size of pony horse. Predominantly the ponies that we get here are from the Argentine. However, there are more and more thoroughbreds, retrained thoroughbreds, coming back into polo now, giving them a second option in life, and some aren't even retrained. Some are just coming straight from the track or being bred specifically for polo from polo and thoroughbred bloodlines. We're very fortunate in polo that Mr. Prospector himself wasn't quite as popular a stallion as the great Dane Hill, so he didn't quite get the mares that Dane Hill got, and we have a large number of Mr. Prospectors playing in polo today, especially noted in the UAE polo team, who are incredibly well mounted. Lucas Monteverde, a great advocate for the Mr. Prospector bloodlines. And those of you who are interested in racing, you'll know that Mr. Prospector has become a very good sire of sires, as they say. So Santiago Laborde, the pony just been checked out, make sure it's all okay, back on board again, ably assisted by his groom. And let's see what the umpires decide on this one here, if they saw a foul in that, or if we will be starting off with a roll-in. So it looks like the umpires have decided that we're going to start off with a roll-in with umpire right, just lining the two teams up to throw the ball in from the inside out, rather than the outside in at the start of a match. And there it is, the ball bowled into play, clean out the back of the line out, nice and clean play on this one. Coming up onto it there was Capella, but it looked like he sort of hopped in over the top of the ball in front of Rowley, and we get another whistle on the play. So the ball's placed down here now for Zedan in the white shirts here this afternoon. Players called by Donovan. To be brought in by Gatto Gandara. Gatto by name, Gatto by nature. Drives this ball up here now, sends that one into the middle of the field here, trying to get this one up for Rowley. Rowley on the little Paloma, watch again, she drops that head and off she goes, sends that ball up, but there's nobody home onto that one there. Laborde goes forward, checks up, allows a little bit of space, just gives him the space and time now for Yabuni to play a good backhand, gets back around onto this one here, trying to pick this one up here is Gatto, but quickly onto that line here, swooping onto it is Guy. Guy Gibrat up on the move here now, Guy being chased there by Rowley Laprezet. Guy and Rowley going onto it, hooks him off out of that play, but it's going to be this man Capella comes in support, unmarked, comes up forward, up onto the play here once again, looking to stick a ball this one home, gets the pressure on him, flicks it onto one side here, tries to pull this ball away, and he does so from Capella, does Rowley, working hard and tussling on each other. The backhand comes in by Rowley, but it looks like it's just come off a pony and out over the back line. Interesting to see the difference in tactics here, where Rowley looks like he's almost going to be playing a full chucker on this little Paloma, where Pablo in the past would just play a couple of minutes on here and a couple of minutes on there unless it was essential. But the ball's brought back into play here now by Gatto Gandara. Goes up past his marker on this one here. Gatto up on the move, feeling confident, comes forward up towards the next man here, picks the bouncing ball up and sends that one up forward out towards the boards here, being watched there closely by Santiago Gomez Romero. Santi comes up onto the play, plays the tail backhand, gets his play half spoiled, but the ball hops out over the boards. So we'll start off again with a free hit, 8 seconds to be called. Deciding which one that one came off, as it was a clash of two mallets. But it looks like we're having a roll-in. A neutral play for the ball to be coming out over the boards. Umpires deciding it's a roll-in. And by Donovan playing the Argentine rule, bowling the ball in from the outside of the field rather than the inside of the field as per the EPA, HPA rules. It is going to be Capella, sends a massive bomb coming down with snow on it, let alone rain, sends that one forward, tries to take the backhand out of the air. Santi leaves it now for Guigui Brat. Guigui Brat comes up onto the play, drags this one under the neck in towards goalward bound. He goes here now, looking to keep that Mangado out of the way, and it's going to be Santi comes in with it. Guy tries to flick this one back in towards the goal, but unfortunately couldn't quite find it. It had gone past a little bit too far past the goal to be able to flick it in on the forehand, and out over the back line it goes. So once more, the ball's placed on the back line. Got a lot of behinds here in this game so far. Pressure's been on, not being able to convert these opportunities quite as efficiently as they might do. We're still on 1 goal apiece here in chucker number 2 with 1:35 left on the clock here to play. And the ball sent out there by Gata once more, looking to send this one up there for Sultan. Gets called off, it does, Prince Sultan. And it is going to be, I think it is Laborde on the play. Takes his ball up forward here now. Once again, no, it is actually Gatto Gandara, I apologise. Gatto yields off, it does. Rowley leaves it this time, drives his ball up forward, sends that one up towards the goals, but there's nobody home apart from Capella for Abu Dhabi. Settles on the play, reckons he's got space and time to look to make a turning play on this one here. Does so, comes back inside the play. Nice little play, but we get a whistle. Let's see which way this one's going to go, because it looks like Santi Laborde got himself a little bit tangled up in that. Did the umpires decide that Alfie was not able to make that turning play in front of Santiago Laborde, or was it Laborde got himself misplaced? So let us see what the umpires decide. So players called, and it looks like the ball's going to be brought back into play here now by Santiago Gomez. Santi sends his ball out towards the side here now to get that on Capella, but well covered, well read there, and the backhand comes in by Gandara. Gandara's backhand picked up here there by Yabuni. Yabuni takes his ball up forward, Pony giving him a little bit of a helping hand. He just takes another good striking shot there, does Yabuni, puts it out towards the boards here, yields off the play, gets told to come away from that one. Then we got a whistle on the play. We've got players coming from both directions here, but it looks like Gigi Brat thought they had the line, but let us see what the umpires decide. Once more, it is always their decision that is final. Looks like Laborde is not keen on that play, and the umpire gets moved up forward, moves the ball up forward here. It looks like it's almost definitely going to be a penalty for. And as we know, the players just have to keep it zipped. If they don't, there's a little bit of a back chat goes on. We can end up with a little bit of trouble with getting technicals being thrown out, just to keep the boys under control, to keep the discipline before it gets out of control, as it were to say. So the ball's been placed down here now on the 60-yard line for a penalty for in favour of Abu Dhabi, being teed up by Alfredo Capella Barabucci. So players called. A couple of players looking to change ponies, but it looks like Alfie circles round onto the play here now. Alfredo Capella Barabucci. Alfie gets a good driving shot on that one, sends it high. Is it straight? Let's see what the umpires, the goal judge said. The flags are off, so there it is, ladies and gentlemen. 2 goals it is here now to Abu Dhabi, here in chukker number 2, and 1 goal to Zedan. And there goes the first 2, ladies and gentlemen. So that there will end chukker number 2, with the score being, as I said, 2 goals to Abu Dhabi, 1 goal to Zedan. And once more, I'd like to thank our governing partners, the Abu Dhabi Sports Council and the associated Emirates Polo Association, for their support of this tournament here. This is presented by Premier Motors, which their official car, of course, is the one and only Maserati. Our official hotel is the Golden Tulip at Al Jazeera, with our official sponsors being Beverly Hills Polo Club, Al Suba Realty, the official perfume being Ahmed Al Magri, La Roche Pharmacy, and supported kindly by Noor Al Vas Clinic, Beverly Hills Clinic, One Day Surgery, and Premier Events. The umpires line the 2 teams up once more. Ball back into play here. Skews off again there for Capella. Capella comes in near side backhand, sends outward skyward and upward out there towards the sides. But it's going to be Gallery come onto this play. Sorry, it is Guy come onto the play. Opens the shoulder, drives this one up here now, sends it up there. Sorry, there's Laborde, sends it up forward here now. But it looks like Rowley can't get onto this play, but it's picked up by Santiago Gomez Ramiro. Santi comes back inside. Played with Abu Dhabi here last year, had a cracking season in Sota Grande, absolutely cleaning up, and now it is going to be Capella. Capella comes forward here once again. Capella gets the ball, picks his pocket there, does Rowley Laprasette. Rowley on the rampage here now. Rowley taps it forward, through the goal it is, and there it is, ladies and gentlemen. A great opportunistic goal by Rowley Laprasette, leveling the scores up at 2 goals apiece. Rowley Laprasette picking the pocket there of Alfredo Capella. And the great little pickpocket himself was Tiny Tim, if you remember the story, the film. It is going to be the ball back into play, and it is once again Capella. Capella comes off the back of the line here now. Capella drives this one up forward, sends this ball out towards the side here this time, looking to get this ball up there for Gomez Ramiro. Gomez Ramiro up on the play, checks down up on the boards. There with him is Gatha Gandara, nearly unseats himself on the play there, comes back onto the play once again, does Santiago. Santi comes forward, not thinking about what happened, just making the next play. That's the thing to do, not to worry about it, and sends a driving shot in, but unfortunately got to a little bit too much for a acute angle, and out over the back line it goes. So the ball's placed down here now for Zedan's Martin. Gatto Gandara to bring back into play once more. Gatto taps it forward the once. Rowley up on the move, giving the options. Comes up with the play here now. Gets pulled off out of the air there by Capella. Flicks off the pony there as Laborde tries to take it forward. It looks like Guy Gebrat couldn't quite control the play on it, but it's going to be Gandara comes up onto the play here now. Gandara comes forward on it. You see Rowley just keeping the way clear here now for Gatto Gandara to go forward, trying to make the hooking play. There is Alfie, but cleverly avoiding that there was Gandara, just looking for him once again, realising he's got the great Capella behind and Gomez in front, but it comes off with the Capella, but yet he gets it stolen off him once again. The backhand comes in by Laborde underneath the neck here. This time comes Rowley, but it's stopped in its tracks by Guy. Comes forward with the play here once again, looking for the pass there as Yabuni as he goes forward, but hooked off out of it is Gebrat, but coming on to it now is Capella. We got a whistle on the play. Capella thought that he had the line on that one there, possibly might have been a little bit safer, he'd gone near side on it, but unfortunately his head is bowed, realising that he was wrong on that play as the ball's teed up here by Rowley Laplacette. So ladies and gentlemen, if you've got any comments you'd like to make, by all means DM me directly on Instagram, which is Adam M. Snowden. Any comments you'd like to make, or anything, questions you'd like to ask, or also you'll contact me directly on WhatsApp. It's the UAE number +971 50 274 5252, and we'll try to answer your questions for you, or any comments you'd like to make, or any questions about the ponies that the players are out here riding this afternoon. So Rowley Laplacette up on the play here now. Rowley opens shoulder, drives this one up, a crackingly executed penalty there by Rowley Laplacette, and puts it straight over the top. He's on form here this afternoon, and if he's going to be like this, Abu Dhabi better be careful, because he's going to punish you if he can put it in from probably about 130 yards out from the goal, clean over the pylons and through the goalpost it goes. 3 goals it is here now to Zedan, 2 goals to Abu Dhabi. So 2 teams lining up on umpire right once again as the ball's bowled back into play. Back of the line out it is, comes forward into the middle line out here now for Guy Gebrat to come pick it up. Gets a little bit of a touch up by Rowley Laplacette, but Rowley has to yield off that one, and Guy comes forward, sends it into the melee of ponies here this time. It is going to be Guy coming up through and past. You see Yabuni just keeping Rowley off, giving him the luxury space and time to come forward with it here, dribbling this ball forward on a slightly bobbly field. He takes the ball up forward here this time, gets hooked off out of the play there and leaves it now. Trying to pick it up here is going to be Capella. Capella looking to straighten this one up in towards the, he's got a player in front of him impeding his passage right away to come through, and it just gets stolen by Laplacette. Laplacette was possibly right on the play to come in and make it. As you can see, he's gesticulating about it. However, maybe the umpires thought that the player was impeding Capella from making a play, and therefore he had to let Capella have the next play on the ball. So we get a whistle on the play. The umpire's just discussing that exact point, I think it'll be.
¿Tiras una repetición?
Or it is fair to say maybe the umpires saw something completely different. After all, I'm about 160, 180 yards away. They're right on the point. And they have come to the third man, who's come back to their great third man, the one and only JDL Willidias, who has said yes, there was a foul. It is the great luxury that we have here with Polycam. We get the live replays and call to them with the technology they have to actually go through to make the life of the umpires more correct. with immediate replays. A decision can be made quickly rather than dragging it out, and the ball's placed down here now for a penalty too. One tap it'll be, and one tap it is for Alfredo Capella to level the scores up once again here with all the threes on the doors. 3 goals apiece it is here in chukker number 3 with 3:36 seconds on the clock. So the player's back towards the middle of the field. Gato Gandara quickly changing ponies, coming from the other end, just waiting for the play to be made before he comes back onto the field to play. Umpire right lines 2 teams up once more, looking for a vague resemblance to the gap as the ball gets bowled into play out the back of the line. It comes here for Rowley Laprasette. Rowley turning on the play with Gigi Bratt there, yields off it, leaving it for Gandara. Gandara, open shoulder, drives this one up, had to run with it or make a hit to move this ball forward, sends this ball up forward. First onto this one here, looks like it is going to be Guy comes in, he just has to check up and look to see what the other players were going to do before he could actually come onto it, but it's going to be Rowley comes in and takes a reflective play, comes off, ricochets once more, and unfortunately for him, just goes wide. So the score remains the same, 3 goals all, with the ball placed down the back line for Santiago Gomez Ramiro to bring the ball back into play. Santi taps this ball forward, his marker Laborde shuts him down, forces him to release the play, does so, sends it up here now for Capella. Capella up on the move here now. Capella over shoulder and sends a massive shot up the field as characteristic with Capella. It's going goalward bound, it's a little bit wide. Yabuni's got a difficult one to finish this one off, but he's first onto it, looking for the next shot. Yabuni gets hooked off out of that play, can't leave him the chance, he didn't, so did Gandara, and it's now left here for Rowley. Rowley takes the ball up here now, keeps this ball running around the field, trying to get this momentum going here now. Rowley up over the halfway line, sends this ball forward, comes up onto this play, comes in, does Gomez Ramiro, but we get a whistle on the play. Umpire's deeming there wasn't quite enough room and space for him to come and join that line and make the play, and we get a whistle on the play. You see down here, down the other end of the field, Yabuni coming up there with an acute neck shot to try and get this ball into the goal. Gato Gandara wasn't going to play the percentages, or the percentages he played were to actually make sure that he did get the hook in on Yabuni, because they didn't want that goal to be scored by Faisal Yabuni. So the umpire's just having a quick discussion here if there's enough room and space for Santiago Gomez Ramiro to come in and make the backhand on it. And they deem no, it was not. Not safe to enter there to play the ball. So the ball's been placed down here now for what looks like a penalty 3 in favour of Zedan, being teed up by Rowley Laprasette. Well, although Zedan normally been on by Amma Zedan, today we have the pleasure of His Royal Highness Prince Sultan. If Amma you're watching, I believe you are in Saudi Arabia, contained there with work. Good afternoon, and it's a shame you're not here. But great to see His Royal Highness Prince Sultan playing. So it is going to be Rowley Laprasette goes with the tap shot. It was actually a penalty 2, flicks this one in towards the goal, and through the goal it is. The flags are off. 4 goals it is now to Zedan. 3 goals to Abu Dhabi, regaining that lead by 1. If you remember, it was literally 4:45 left on the clock to play. In chukker number 1, it was 1 goal apiece. It stayed that way until nearly the end of chukker number 2, and now we're up at 4-3. Only got 1 goal margin at any one point in time. Nobody been able to dominate this match so far. The ball bowled into play. Ball comes out here now for Gato. Gato makes a turn, looking for something off out of that one as optimistically was Gomez. Now he's overshot the play and he's got to try and come back into it, and it is going to be left for Gato. Gato sends a driving shot, emulates this ball, sends it up there, looking a little bit like a Capella play there, sends it up there for Rowley, near side reverse neck shot in towards the goal, makes an incredible cute angle on it, but it's left there in front of goal for Gomez to clear away here now. Gomez comes away with it here this time. Gomez comes near side as he gets pressurised there by Laborde. They picked it up here, does Gato, reaches out a long way youthfully and picks that ball up here now, does Gato Gandara. Comes, picks up on the near side, sees this one away, comes away with this one here now, leaves it for Rowley. Rowley comes up with it, goes with a hook there, does Gigi Bratt, but unfortunately he misses, does Gigi Bratt, but it's going to be Rowley Laprasette brings his ball up forward, saying there's enough room there, does Gomez, sends a driving shot, just ricochets off the pony, it just goes wide, out to the right hand side. There goes the hooter, ladies and gentlemen. It is now chukker, end of chukker number 3, so that there going into the half time, ladies and gentlemen. The score is 4 goals to Zedan, 3 goals to Abu Dhabi. So Rowley Laprasette back out on the field here now. The umpire short call play to get chucker number 4 underway. 4 goals it is to Zedan, 3 goals to Abu Dhabi. With it all to play for here in the last 2 chuckers of this 5-chucker match. So players called, the ball brought back into play by Santiago Gomez Ramiro. Santi taps it once, chips this one out here now, placing it beautifully on the tee, the great golfer that he is, and plays it up there for Capella. Capella taps this ball up forward here now. Capella just takes it short of Rowley. This time over the shoulder, drives this one up here, gets a long way underneath this ball here now, looking to get that one up there for Yabuni, but Yabuni is kicked off out of the play there by Gatto. Gatto loses the play there, tries to steal it there, does give back, but it's going to be Rowley comes into it. He gets blocked off out of the play, but it's going to be Gatto Gandara once more. Gatto comes back in with the play here now, turns back inside. A lot of traffic in front of him, looks for a way through here now. Gigi Brack comes in, works on it there, tries to pick up on the near side, but we're going to whistle on the play. Possibly in his over-enthusiasm there, Guy didn't come with the ride off, shoulder to shoulder, just fell a little bit in front of Rowley. And the whistle goes. Gatto and Rowley moving up the field, looking for the play to be moved up forward, but it looks like the umpires, possibly by the way the ball is still left, or maybe they're making the decision what they're going to give, and it looks like they're giving a spot penalty here now. Penalty 5 in favour of Zedan. Believing there can't have been enough momentum moving forward, but it looks like we also have Santiago Gomez Ramiro taking a bit of a knock or a touch up in the play there, recomposing himself before we get this chucker back underway once again. Players called. Gatagandara taps his ball up forward here now. Gigi Brack coming in, looking to get him to unload this ball, does so, cuts it out wide here now, coming across onto the play here, settling down onto play as they say. Fast to the ball, slow on the ball is Rowley Laprasette. Rowley brings the ball up forward, tucks it back inside of Gomez Ramiro. Keeps his ball moving forward. In behind him there is Gatto Gadara. Flicks it back for Gatto this time. Gatto looking to make the play here now. Sets it forward. Rowley coming back round. In behind him once again. It is going to be Gatto. Rowley just looking down his pony. Not quite sure. This might be something wrong with a little bit of tackle or something, but we can't be waiting for that as Gatto Gadara goes up on the move. He just ricochets that one up off the pony's leg, leaving himself a very acute angle towards the goal here now. Sends it forward in towards the goal. In towards the goal. It goes across the face of goal, and it's out over the back line. And we get a whistle on the play. So it looks like I had the top because Rowley did have a little bit of an issue with his tack. So play is called by umpire Donovan for Santiago Gomez Ramiro to bring the ball back into play once more. Santi taps the ball up forward here this time. Push to release it here now for Capella. Capella, the one-time swing, launches into the play and sends it up over the halfway line here now for Yabuni. Yabuni comes across in front of the play here now. We get a whistle on that play. Looking to try to actually get a whistle on that play there as Gatagandara tries to come up onto the play. So just have a slight pause in play. A little bit of thunder, a little bit of lightning moving in here now at Gantoot, here in Abu Dhabi, the United Arab Emirates. A little bit of a pause in play whilst Gatto opts to change ponies there. You just saw his pony get his feet tangled up with the back legs there of Faris Yabuni. Faris thought that he was right to come in onto that play, but the umpire's view just been given to Faris Yabuni. Unfortunately, from here you couldn't exactly see where the line was, if he had the right to come across in front of him, or it was a question of Gatto coming across the back of Faris Yabuni, but evidently the umpires decided it must have been Yabuni that must have been in the wrong, because if it was Gatto endangering his pony by coming across the back of Yabuni, then it would have been Gatto Gandara that would have been penalised by putting himself and his horse in a dangerous place. So the ball's been placed down here now for a penalty 4. A 60-yard penalty in favour of Zedan. Well, they're going in the opposite direction. Cases like this are dealt with very severely by the umpires for the endangerment of the ponies. So they must have deemed that it was Yabuni coming across the front of Gatto Gandara rather than vice versa. There have been cases in the past where a player's come across the back of a horse and he's brought himself down, horse and pony down, and it's been that player who's come down is the one that has actually been penalised, and quite rightly so, because he's endangering the horse as well as himself. So the ball is placed down for a penalty 4 in favour of Rowley Laprocette. Rowley strikes this one, it's along the ground, it gets cut out the play by eagle-eyed Guy Gebrat. Guy Gebrat sharp as a flash. Piece of lightning coming down in front of us here now as it comes up. Guy Gebrat across the far side of the field sends this one up here now, and a nice crack of thunder as well as Yabuni comes up onto the ball and gives that ball a cracking shot in towards the goal. It goes, but he just gets over the top of it a little bit too much, and out over the back line it is. Pushed it across the face of goal. You'll be able to see who are the brave ones out here, who's going to hang around and stay and wait, and those who are scurrying away for cover. We haven't got any rain here at the moment, but it's certainly imminent as the ball's brought back into play once again by Zedan's Gatto Gandara. Gatto sends this one up, ricochets that one off the pony, gets another bite of the cherry and sends this one up in towards the middle of the field here now, trying to get that one up there for Santi, but the backhand comes in by Santi. Gomez Ramiro, Laborde couldn't get onto it, dummies the backhand, gets called off, it does. Capella leaves it for Guy Gebrat. Guy taps it in behind the player and sends it up here this time, quickly coming up onto this one. It is, the ball scurries off, gets kicked out towards the side, playing the advantage on that one there, and the backhand comes in by Gatto, but he gets hooked off out of that play. It's a bit of a mess in there as a bit of a melee comes in, but the ball gets cleared away there here this time by Zedan. The backhand comes in there, a very acute backhand indeed there by Santiago Gomez Ramiro across the field for Guy Gebrat, picked up now by Capella. Capella stops, checks, turns inside, avoids the hooking play from Rowley Laprocette. The backhand comes in for Zedan, trying to get up onto the players Rowley, but it's picked away there by Guy and Santi, but it's sent up forward by Rowley. Rowley looking to send this one up for Laborde. Laborde coming up onto the play, yields off the first play there. There's Gomez Ramiro goes up onto the play here this time. That's the best thing to do. Instead of the foul, leave it, yield off it and go to the next play. Just taps it forward out towards the side rather than playing the backhand and risk this ball ricocheting off a pony and falling to the hands of Zedan. Turns back inside, Gatto Gandara there with him. Gatto checks up, comes up onto the play once again, gets away with that one here now. Gatto Gandara gets hooked off out of it, and the play's left here this time for Rowley Laprocette. Rowley looking to weave his way through here, but he's got the block of Capella in front of him there. Can't see anything, can't see an inch, and gets it flicked away through there. Another one on the board there for Zedan, taking the score here now. 5 goals it is Zedan, 3 goals to Abu Dhabi. The first time in this match here that we've had a 2-goal margin. As I said, the rain is imminent, and il pleut, as they say in France. Sometimes they say another little word in front of that one as well, but there it is. We have a little bit of rain coming down here now, which is a great blessing, mashallah, here in the UAE when we do get rain. Ball bowled into play it comes off the frontal lines. It's going to be Gomez and Gatto. It's left now for Guy Gebrat. Guy Gebrat swoops up onto the play, but it's going to be Gatto Gandara on the near side. Plays the open backhand, sends that one in towards the middle of the field here, trying to get that one up there for Rolhaz Sultan, trying to get onto it as Rowley, but it's cleared away here by Gomez. Read the play well, checks up, comes back inside Rowley. Rowley comes back inside Laborde. Laborde just saying he's yielding off out the play, but the ball's picked up here now by Capella. Capella up on the play, gets the backhand there, does Laborde. Laborde's backhand falls there for Rowley Laprocette, turns on the play, he gets half hooked off out of it. A little bit of a backhand comes in by Guy Gebrat. Guy Gebrat trying to get back round onto his own backhand, but Rowley comes in and sweeps away with the play here now towards the far side. Comes up the neck, links up nicely here now with Gatto Gandara. First time strike there by Gatto, but there's nobody up the front door there for Zedan, and the first one onto it is once again is going to be Gomez Ramiro, closing the back door once more. looking for a turning play across the front of the player there, looking for something out of that one. There was Laborde, but nothing to be given on it as Gomez Ramiro comes forward up over the halfway line here now. Santi comes forward on the play, keeps this ball moving forward, keeps it short there from Rowley, looks to make a play on it here now, checks up, settles down, Gandara in behind, Gandara comes in, plays the backhand, clearing it away there once again for Zedan from thwarting that attack there, comes on the near side, here does Laborde, but we get a whistle on that play. Yes, of course, taken on the near side. However, the umpires deem he must have been at too much of an acute angle, at too much of not enough distance. It's all about speed and distance. If you have enough speed and the distance is good, you can come in and make the play. But the umpires deeming there was neither enough speed nor distance. So we get a whistle on the play, and the ball's going to be set down for a penalty 4 in favour of Abu Dhabi, looking to close that gap and get that margin back to 1 goal. Being teed up by Alfredo Capella. There's a couple of players look to leave the field to change ponies. They've played 5 minutes of this chukker so far. A couple of the ponies getting a little bit tired. It's a long season here in the UAE. And it looks like Capella was also dismounted, looking for a change of pony. So, players called, and umpire Capella, sorry, umpire calls play, Capella circles round up onto the play for this. A penalty 4, a 60-yard penalty for Abu Dhabi. Comes up onto the play here now, drives it, gets half stopped in the play, and it looks like it's just scurried off wide out towards the right-hand side of the goalpost. And the ball will be placed down here now to be brought back into play by Zedan. 1:47 on the clock here in chukker number 4. 2 goals the margin. Gato Gandara brings the ball back into play, drives this one out there for Rowley to come up onto, but it looks like it's going to be Gomez Ramiro to come up onto the play first. Gomez Ramiro sends the backhand down the boards it goes, down the boards it is, tries to get up onto this play here, picks it up here, does Gigi Brat on the little grey pony, brings this ball up forward, working hard on him there is Rowley trying to put the pressure on him, does, loses the play here now, leaves the ball nicely there for Gato comes up onto the play, Gato with the play here now, Gato Gandara, Gato turns back inside, settles things down, Gato Gandara, Gato brings his ball forward, the ball is working to give him a little bit of space to get on the move here. Gato going up onto work here now, gets a little bit of cane on that ball, couldn't get the backhand there, could Gomez Ramiro, just leaves it now for Gigi Brat sends the ball, takes it forward, takes it around Rowley and also Gato Gandara, and it's Gigi Brat reaching out a long way, taking it forward, he knows he's got Santiago Laborde there, goes with the next shot, looks to send this one, it's going goalward bound, has it got enough wood to get to the goal in time? No, it does not, because Santi comes onto it, but it looks like he hasn't hit that one cleanly under the neck to get it wide, and out over the back line it goes. So we'll have a corner, a force, a penalty 6 in favour of Abu Dhabi, looking to close that gap once more. 2 goals the difference it is, 46 seconds on the clock, 5 goals it is Zedan, 2 goals to Abu Dhabi in this rather inclement weather afternoon, a little bit of rain coming down here at Gantu Racing and Polo Club. So the ball being teed up here now by Alfredo Capella. onto play here now, looking to close the gap here by a goal if he can. Alfredo drives this one once more along the ground. We look like it's going off wide out towards the left hand side. Not to be here on this occasion. The score remains the same. 5 goals is down. 3 goals to Abu Dhabi. The ball placed on the back line here, just enough time to get this ball back into play with 30 seconds left before the first 2 goes. There goes the first 2, so ladies and gentlemen. That is, sorry, it wasn't 30 seconds at all. Start the clock here with 7.5 minutes at full time, and 30 seconds below the meter. So that is the ball sitting on the back line. Umpire Donovan calls play for Gato Gandara to get the 5th and final chucker underway here now. Gato comes away with the play here now, forcing him to make the play. There is Gomez Ramiro, gets up on the move here. Does Gato. Gato scurrying up forward here now. We have Laborde coming up on that near side, plays a near side backhand, just flicked away there by Gato Gandara. It's enough there, sorry for Laborde, they come on to it. It was Capello who tried to make the spoiling play, but it is going to be Santiago Laborde. Just takes that one forward, but up into the play of, it is Capello, but it's Laborde. Laborde straightens this one up here now, gets taken off out of the play there by Capella, quickly picking this one up here, looking clear that one away was Gibrat. The backhand is sent in once more by Rauli Laprasset. Back in hand once again by Gato Gandara. Gato Gandara this time sends it across the face of goal, looking to come up onto the play. A little bit of a backhand there by Prince Sultan. He couldn't quite get that one clean. The backhand comes in once more, and it is now going to be Rauli. Rauli gets in, gets his play spoiled by Gibrat, and the ball goes out over the back line, and we get the ball placed on the back line here now with Abu Dhabi in possession of the play. To bring the ball back into play will be Santiago Gomez Ramiro. Santi brings the ball in here now, comes under the neck here for Capella. Capella comes up on the play. Capella just gets a man pushed there in front of him there, but retains possession of the play here. Does Capella. Capella comes forward with it here now. Capella drives this ball up forward underneath the neck, slightly out towards the boards. He comes with this one here, looking to set up his number 2 in the form of Gigi Bratt. Sends it down the boards, but first onto it is going to be Rauli. Rauli comes under the tail on the near side, puts it into the play, yields off it there, does Laborde, because he knows he's got Capella coming up onto it here now. Capella coming forward here now. A bit of a touch up between the players coming up onto this one here now. Comes up onto it. Does Rauli. Rauli gets that backhand ding. Capella thinks he wasn't clean on it, but it had come up past him and he hadn't moved to the line. The ball had moved to him, and it is going to be Gato Gandara up over the halfway line. He's got 4 lengths on Gomez. It's Gato Gandara looking to stick and ball this one. He's got time to check. He does. Takes the bouncing ball. Tap, 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 and through the goal it is for goal number 6 on the board here for Zedan by Gato Gandara. Martin Gandara put number 6 on the board. 6 goals it is, Zedan. 3 goals it is to Abu Dhabi. So 2 teams make their way back towards the middle of the field for umpire Donovan to get this ball bowled back into play. Just over 5 minutes left to play here in chucker number 5. Gigi Bratt quickly changes once more. Ball bowled into play it is. In the middle of the line out it is. Gibrat comes away with it here this time. Gigi Bratt back on this little grey pony. Sends a driving shot, sends this one up forward here, trying to get that one up for Yabuni, but it looks like the back door's being closed here by Laborde. Laborde up onto the play for Dan. Tail backhand, takes it out towards the boards here now. Who is first round onto this one here, trying to get up onto it is Gato. Gets ridden off out of it. Next shot comes in there by Rauli. Rauli sends it up towards the middle of the field. Rauli Laprasset comes up on sets it in towards the middle of the field for Gigi Bratt to take across the field here this time. Gigi Bratt checks up, being pursued there by Gato. Stop to turn and take this ball away from him. The hook comes in by Gato. Gato couldn't quite retain possession. It's picked up here and cleaned up there by Capella. Capella pushing his way forward here now. Capella up past Rauli. He has Gato in front. Capella coming forward, keeping this ball moving alive. Shoots forward, drags it forward once again. Does Capella, keeping it closer and closer towards goal. The opportunity comes up past the player, avoids the hook, comes through, gets through a plethora of players. The backhand comes by Rauli underneath the tail and just clears it away there for Zedan once more. But it looks like it's going to be Gigi Bratt up on the play here first. Guy checks up, turns back inside. He's got a wall of players in front of him with nowhere to go and yields off it. Leaves it there for Capella. Gets it wide, goes with the next shot, drills it away. Does Capella, closing that gap by a goal. Back to 2 goals. The margin it is 4 goals to Abu Dhabi, 6 goals to Zedan. Abu Dhabi having to work hard on that one there, but they managed to do so. They got there eventually. And we have Yamuni, looks like he's just dismounting him momentarily. With a whistle. has an issue of a problem with the horse, which gives a couple of other players the opportunity to quickly go and change ponies as well. Santiago Labor, they also opt to go change. Or in fact, what he might be doing is taking his glasses off because he can't see with the rain. And his protective goggles. On this rather windy, becoming a little bit chilly with the rain as well. Certainly chilly for UAE standards here at Gandut. We just wait for Mata Yabuni just to quickly mount back up again. Mounted back up. Back onto the field once again is Mata Yabuni. Two teams will line up here now to get this underway once more. 3:19 on the clock it is here in chukka number 5. 6 goals it is to Zedan, but it's 4 goals to Abu Dhabi. Looking to close this gap once more. Abu Dhabi heading towards Dubai. Zedan heading towards Abu Dhabi, as it city of Abu Dhabi. Comes up onto this one here now. The ball just caught in the meadow. Who's quickly onto this one here now? It looks like it's Rowley and Gigi Brack. Flicked away there by Santi. Flicks it up now for Capella. Capella comes forward, opens shoulder, drives this one up forward here for Yabuni. A lovely place shot there on the tee, as it were, coming back to try and spoil his play. Looks like, oh, and it just comes off the post and ricochets wide. A beautiful play there by Yabuni, but unfortunately the ball just comes off the post and out. Over the back line it goes. A beautiful play there by Alfredo Capella, literally just planting that one on the tee for Yabuni, but unfortunately the ball just scurrying wide as it comes off the post. What hard luck that was there. It's just the goal that they need at this point in time, but it is going to be Gandara comes in. A lovely drive shot there by Gandara just short of the halfway line. This one's going to be coming down and up over the halfway line. It bounces for Capella to come on to first. Abu Dhabi it is though. Capella on that near side pushes it wide out here for Gomez Ramiro. He gets pulled out the play there by Rowley. Guys probably not getting the grip of the mallet quite as much as they might like to, because it's just sort of just not getting the shots they would quite like to do so, and it is going to be Gata Gandara who comes off with the play once again. Gata Gandara going towards goal. Goalward bound is Gandara. Gandara avoids the hook there in the long reach of Gomez. Tricks it onto the near side here beautifully. Goes Gandara playing with such confidence as Gato Gandara, and through the goal it is. A great goal there by Gato Gandara in inclement weather. Unpleasant conditions indeed. It is Gato Gandara, goal number 7 for Zedan. So the two teams, Gata Gandara, El Bucho. Two teams back towards the middle of the field here now. Abu Dhabi team heading towards the city of Abu Dhabi. Zedan heading towards Dubai. Donovan bowls that ball back into play, trying to pick up there was Gatto, comes off the pony. It is going to be, he steals it away there, does Gatto from underneath the nose there from Gomez, sends underneath the neck, he goes trying to place this one up for his teammate in the form of Labor there, but it's taken forward there by Gigi Brat. Has sprung onto that one quickly there, does Santiago. He goes with the next shot and unfortunately it just goes wide. Wide out towards the left hand side of the post there. A little bit too far over the top of the ball, couldn't quite get into that one, and across the face of goal it goes, but a very narrow angle indeed, or a very short, small look at window that he had to look at the ball. So the ball's placed down the back line for Capella to bring back into play. 3 goals the margin it is, with 43 seconds left on the clock here now, as the ball's just driven up here forward for Yabuni up on the play here now. Yabuni dribbles this one forward once again. In pursuit there is Prince Sultan, looking to get the hook in play. Sends it in towards the goal, but the hooter goes and the ball just dribbles and sits in the mouth of the goal. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen, the end of our first match here in His Highness the President's Cup, Polo Cup 2019. Running out the winners Zedan, 7 goals to 4 over Abu Dhabi. And ladies and gentlemen, just bear with us shortly, we'll have our next match starting in 35 minutes time over on Field 1 between Delta Palm and the UAE.